Today we will discuss foster care children and what you do as a parent to prepare for getting children. Hi, my name is Travis. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. If you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to give you 5 bonus tips to do once you get a child that is in foster care. So one of the first things I want to talk about is if you're in preparation to be a foster care parent, make sure that you go to trainings. Trainings are available for you. You could just contact their caseworker, case manager, or look up on YouTube, Google, all kind of different places that will show you different trainings that you need to have to be a foster care parent, because it's different than just being a parent. You have to be mindful of that it's a total different thing. you know um, when they go on trips, sometimes these kids have an opportunity to go visit their actual parents while they're in your care, and then they'll return from visiting their parents. When they return from visiting their parents, you may have some irritation, agitation, because after all, they already been taken away by the state to foster care. Then they come to you, and after they come to you, they go to their parents, and then they have to come back to you. So they're being pulled every which way but loose. We have to be mindful of that as foster care parents, and not personalize when they come back and they're upset, feelings, or anything like that is going on. We have to be careful how we deal with them. They're very fragile individuals. And let's not forget the fact that they do not know you. So they're trying to learn you while you're trying to learn them. And rather it's just you and them in the house, or you and them and you got 2 other kids, or you and them, that just makes it even more difficult for that child to come in. So just be mindful of that if they go to visit their parents and then have to come back to you. Make sure that you work with the caseworker. The caseworker is not somebody that is against you. It's somebody that is working with you. It's a very good support for you to have. That case manager probably knows the kid better than you do. So some of the things that case manager will tell you is beneficial. So you got to make sure you communicate with the case manager. You have to structure your time differently when you have a foster care child, because now you have to add them and include them in to any festivities you had, any holidays, anything like that. You have to include them in. It might not be a bad idea for you to get a respite person, somebody that can substitute and come in on things that your child might not be able to go to, because they might have another obligation. They might have school that day, or they might have something else to do, and they can't, accommodate you and go with you. So sometimes a respite care worker will come in, and that's somebody that the state will pay for to come in and help you, assist you in taking care of that child in events that you have to do things that child cannot be able to do. So just keep that in mind. You always got that in your back pocket. But you got to make sure your time is structured, and you got to include that child. This one is very important that I'm getting ready to talk about. It is very important that the child gets to know you first. And this comes from 7 years of working with foster care children. They have to get to know you first before they start getting to know everyone else. Now, if you got a family that's already living with you, and there's 2 kids, or a husband or a wife or whatever, then they have to be in there with them. But in terms of talking to them and them being open to talk about certain things, it's very important that they establish communication with somebody in the house, and that somebody should be you. And then from that, they may be able to blossom out and start communicating with your children, communicating with your father, communicating with your husband, your wife, whoever's in the house. But they have to establish that rapport with you first. Remember to be there for them, regardless of what they're going through, to be there for them. And like I said, not personalize everything that they're going through. Just try to be there for them. If they're having a problem with even you and how you do things, you still have to be there for them for that. Because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's really about them. You have to make sure you make them feel welcome at home. You got to make sure you feel welcome at home. That first tip that I had was just be there for them. The second one is make them feel welcome at home. Third, an important one, participate in school events and activities. That's very important. Ain't nothing like being on the basketball team or being in the spelling bee or being in a play or something and looking out and seeing that parent figure out there to support you. Nothing like it. That's all the kids used to talk about to me when they would go and have an event and their parents would be there. Their foster care parents, their actual parents. It's very good to be able to support them. Communication. You have to keep the lines of communication open. They have to stay open. That child has to feel like he can talk to you or she can talk to you about anything. You know, I know it's very easy to get busy and hectic doing the things you have to do, but it's very important not to make a foster child feel like they're in the way, that you don't have time for them. That's what they're used to. They came there with you for change. And number 5, last but not least, take time and make sure you take care of yourself during this time. Because the help you give them is only an extension of what you do to already help yourself. Because if you're not helping yourself and you're not prepared to even deal with yourself, you're not going to be able to deal with a child in foster care. This time of the season, they're going to go through a lot of feelings and emotions, want to see their families, this and that. Some of them do want to see their families, some of them do not. So it's very important to make them feel like they're part of your family, especially for the holidays. So that's my take on foster care. If you like this, hit that like button. Like I said earlier, subscribe. I'm open to comments. Leave them in the comment section. Things you might want me to talk about or discuss. Because at the end of the day, this channel is not about Travis. This channel is about the viewer. Thank you. Have a good day.